Hello, guys! Welcome back to our podcast. Today, we are diving into something incredibly important that's been taking over our timelines recently. We are tracking the latest updates on what is happening to women in Afghanistan right now.
Under the title No School, No Doctor, the Afghan Woman Crisis, we are going to unpack the reality of how basic women rights are disappearing over there. And of course, I'm not alone. I'm here hanging out with my circle and we are going to break it all down for you. So plug in your earphone, get comfortable, and let's get right into the cat.
Bye-bye. Apa?
And we are with
I'm Dia Ayuning Tias Mahanani.
and I'm Lintang Ria Ruswantara.
And I'm Alia Nur Fauzia. And I'm Aureli Vera Hanifah.
And I'm Ashifa Aulia Zahra.
So
Enjoy our
podcast.
podcast.
See you guys.
Guys, wait! Did you any see your TikTok FYP or X feed this morning? I just read this one news article and honestly I can't stop thinking about it.
What is it, dear? Please don't tell me it's another concert announcement or some random celebrity drama.
No, I swear it's not. This is actually serious. I was just trying to picture what would I even feel like if we woke up tomorrow morning and suddenly there's a rule saying we aren't allowed to log out loud on our own front porch.
Why did the neighbors complain about the noise or something?
No, not because the neighbors, Alia, because it's literally illegal by law. Like our voice are officially treated as a legal violation.
Hold on. That sounds like a plot of some TV movie or a crazy Black Mirror episode. It's a bit too dramatic, don't you think?
But it's actually 100 real, Lintang. It's funny dia brought this up because just yesterday afternoon I was texting my journalist contact in Kabul. The situation in Afghanistan right now is honestly just that absurd and ends for women.
Yeah, same here. I was reading a public health report last week, and the meaning of the Brazil rules is getting so much worse right now.
Right? That's exactly why I wanted us to talk about this on our podcast today because I'm still completely losing my mind over it. Alia, you're the one who always keeps up with international human rights stuff. Is the enforcement over there really that strict now? Like are women's voice completely banned from being heard?
Yeah, idea. It's not just clickbait. Under that update morality laws, a woman's voice is now legally classified as aura. You know, like an intimate part that has to be completely hidden from the public. So if a girl goes to a market and bargains for groceries a bit too loudly, and some random guy hears her, the morality police can literally detain her right then and there.
Man, that is so messed up. You can even open your mouth to talk at a market.
Exactly. And it gets even crazier. Everyone global is talking about this new thing called Decree number 18 that just dropped. Get this, the completely took away the minimum age for marriage for girls. So child marriage is basically legal and normally known, and if a wife wants a divorce, it's nearly impossible. But if the husband wants to call the marriage off, he can just do it sepihak, like completely unilaterally.
Wow, it's literally getting goosebumps just listening to this. So you are completely silenced outside and then inside your own home, you don't even own your own life or body.
And honestly, the worst part is what it is doing to the teenagers there. Like imagine being 14 and your entire future
Speaking of the future, that contacts right into the school and health care, right, Shiva? You mentioned that public health will report early, and you told me about some UNICEF that regarding how healthcare apologies for women. What's the deal with that? I thought only in school were banned.
Yeah, so has the crazy domino effect that a lot of people miss. Tonight, girls have been banned from secondary school for a few years now, right? That's over 1 million girls kids out of school now. If they can even finish high school, how is anyone going to college to become a nurse, a midwife, or a doctor?
Oh, what? Yeah, if no one goes to medical school, then a few years, who's left?
Actually, yeah, projection have so that's by 2030, Afghanistan is gonna lose up to 5,400 family healthcare workers, and here's the catch: their laws strictly forbid male doctors from treating family patients. So think about it: a woman goes into labor, but there are no female doctors left because now new generation while allowed to be trained is a total humanitarian disaster waiting to happen.
Oh my god. So if a girl gets sick, she either breaks the law to see a male doctor, or she just has to suffer in silence until she died?
Honestly, yeah, that's pretty much the choice they forcing them to make is heartbreaking.
But I know Afghan women are way taller than that. They aren't just sitting around and letting this happen, right, Farah? You know what's actually happening underground?
Honestly, they are honestly some of the bravest people I have ever heard of. Right now, there's this hot underground movement of secret school blooming all over the country. Former female teachers are literally turning their living rooms or basement into hidden classrooms just to teach the neighborhood girls in secrets.
Wow, but isn't that incredibly dangerous? Like, what happens if they get caught by a patrol?
They're risking everything, jail, public placing, you name it, but when someone asks contact over there why she keeps doing it, she just said it. Being forced into ignorance and losing hope is way more terrifying than a gun, especially since Wo says 70 of teen girls there are living with severe depression. These secret schools are literally the only thing keep them alive.
And they're fighting back up on social media too. Girls are recording themselves singing in the dark and posting it with the hashtag #MyVoices not a war. It's their way to telling the government, you can lock us inside our house, but you can't take the voice out of our throats.
Wow, I genuinely have goosebumps listening to this. Hearing you guys break down all these points, it really slaps us with reality, doesn't it? Things we do every single day without thinking, like hanging out at this cafe, lol, fainting, going to college, or simply saying a doctor when we have a flu, are luxuries that women over there have to risk their life for.
Honestly, yeah, it's been quiet because my brain is just trying to process the sheer scale of the trauma. It's massive, readily check. We complain about college assignment or everyday stress, but in Kabul, girls our age are literally hiding school books under their clothes, walking down hallways just to learn how to read in a suffocation basement.
And if they get caught, the penalty is just getting detention, lintang, the first public, leasing or a prison cell.
Exactly, that's why the biggest takeaway today isn't just about feeling sorry for them, it's about our own awareness. We often take our freedom to speak, to choose your future, to accept completely for grades, but this right can vanish overnight if society stays indifferent.
Well said, Lintang. The freedom we wasted today is the exact dream Afghan girls are facing to the death for.
Right, so to everyone listening to this talk wherever right now, we need to realize that we hold something millions of women if Afghanistan are stripped off. We have a platform and our voice are legally allowed to be heard.
So the question is, now that we know, what are we going to with the face we have? Just stay silent.
We can, with their laws in this camp, that a woman's voice is aura and must be hated. It's become our job to amplify their story. We have to be there as well.
Exactly. Share their stories, talk about it with your friends. This is happening right now in 2026. And the world cannot just look away. Speaking up is how we keep our shared humanity alive.
Anyway, thank you so much Alia, Shifa, and Vera for hanging out and opening our eyes today. This was a heavy talk but deeply necessary.
Thanks for having us, Dia, Lintang. Just please never stop talking about them.
Yeah, let's not let them to fight in the dark alone.
Thank you guys. Stay safe and keep caring.
Yeah, so I'm Dia.
And Arlington, catch you guys in the next episode of The Silence Voice. Stay safe, take care of your mental health, and never be afraid to speak your mind.
Dadah.